Hello, my beautiful soul. Welcome back to another episode. So, today I really want to dive into your future, what your future is going to look like. And I want to dive into the facets and the experience of what it's like to go through a healing journey, what it's like to go through an ascension journey, and most importantly, to really paint the picture for you of why you're doing this, what's on the other side of it. And so often we can get caught up in the schematics of what we're doing, semantics, there we go, the semantics of what we're doing. And we forget the vision, we forget the reason why we started in the first place. And today, as I am recording this, we're also going to be tuning into this exact concept in the 5-day Finding Self series. And if you have been a part of it, I'm so grateful to have been sharing this all with you. And if you're wanting to know more about this 5-day Finding Self series, which is walking you through the steps from confusion and lost and feeling disconnected all the way to a hope and a greater, grander vision for yourself while learning and uncovering who you are through this experience right now. This is all accessible through the expansion membership community. And so that will be in there for you. And all the links to all these things are going to be in the show notes and below this for you as well. Before we dive in, I want to thank our sponsor for today's episode, and that is Golden Code, the high vibrational light language channeled jewelry that I myself make sure to wear every time I'm doing any form of healing work, self-development work, meditation, channeling, because these pieces are truly more than just something you wear on your body. They are infused with energy. And if you are even stepping into a life of understanding and uncovering your energy, you know that everything that you wear, that you put around you, in you, on you, consume, all of it, it counts. Energetically, the things that we bring into our lives, into our reality, has a foundational energetic imprint. And so to bring something on yourself, and particularly that's channeled with high vibrational codes, is just so impactful and powerful in not only what it can help you with in energy maintenance and frequencies, but also just in a clear conscious channel for yourself as well. So you can utilize the code AFF15 to save yourself 15% off on your order. And again, all of that's going to be linked below for you as well. So let's dive in, shall we? Before we tune into the session today, I'm going to invite you, whether you're listening to this driving or wherever it is that you are listening to this session today, I'm going to invite you to just stop and to just put your hand across your solar plexus right in the center of your stomach. And of course, if you're driving, don't, keep one hand on the wheel and do not close your eyes. But just take a moment to take some nice big deep breaths in, big deep belly breaths in, and just feel the energy moving through you. And just do that for a few breaths here. Find yourself just connecting with you. So often when we get into this journey, when we work on our energy, when we start to uncover the facets of our own soul's experience, we can forget that we are living, that we are a being, that, there's a greater, grander vision and experience within all of this. And so just feel your life, feel your body underneath your hand right now. Feel yourself. You're doing this for you. You're doing this for the generations to come. Something that came up in one of my client sessions this morning is that she has gotten to the point in her healing journey where she has completely broken free of a timeline that is of generational trauma. And that's no longer going to exist in her family's narrative moving forward. Her children, when she has them, and grandchildren, are going to grow up in a family lineage that does not have abusive and alcoholic and narcissistic tendencies behind it. And to anyone who is in that experience, that's not to shame or to shun or to discount your parents' experience, but it's to understand that the work that you're doing isn't only just for yourself. And sometimes that doesn't feel very motivating. Like, oh, I'm doing all this work just for myself. You're not. You're doing this for every single person around you, and that will grow from you moving forward. Your nieces and your nephews, your children, your grandchildren, and so on and so forth. The work you are doing isn't just for yourself. It is it is a grander experience. And especially if you're someone who is healing from a similar trauma in your life, you're healing so that those who come from you in the future no longer feel that experience anymore. They won't know what that is. The subconscious, energetically cell ingrained beliefs and patterns and habitual things, rituals will not be their experience because you've healed that, or you're healing that, or you're going to heal that even more, wherever you're at in your journey. So when we feel lost and we feel disconnected in the midst of the experience, in the midst of the journey, and we don't understand where our intuition went, or we don't know why we're even doing this, or we're having a hard time finding that next level or that vision or that 1 degree shift forward in our lives, know that what you're doing is just really, truly a part of the experience. It is. We do get to be confused, believe it or not. We do get to be mad. We do get to feel sad. We do get to feel all the feelings. It's a part of it. It's important. You're allowing yourself to actually feel. How many times in your life prior to this did you numb those experiences out? Did you try to change your mindset? Did you try to tell yourself that that's not worthy thoughts, so I'm going to think something differently, and then come to find that you have to go through the same healing experience, or the same cycle repeats in your life? You're breaking free of that. You're feeling and healing, so you're not having to continuously feel and heal the same thing over and over again. You cannot have consciousness without compassion, and that compassion has to start with yourself. So as you're going through these experiences of, I don't know why I'm still dealing with this, or I don't know when this healing ends, or I don't know when I will no longer feel this anymore, understand that in the midst of that confusion and, sometimes disempowerment and disheartening and, disconnection, that these moments are so profound because your next generation won't have to feel these things, that they'll have a different experience. I can't say they won't feel confused and disheartened and all that kind of stuff, but it won't be the same way, nor should it be, that you have work to heal. Like, you're doing the work of your ancestors, where they once prayed for the opportunity and the knowledge and the intelligence and the connections and the availability of what you have and you're going through today. 7 generations back, they prayed for you. They prayed for you. And now you're in a position where the future of you doesn't need to pray for someone to recorrect a trauma or oppression or suppression. That you're setting a new tone, a new frequency for what the legacy then moving forward is. That's what you're doing. Your future might feel far from you right now. It might feel disconnected, and it might feel like the vision you once had is gone and blocked, and you don't even know what it is anymore. You once thought you wanted the mansion in the suburbs, and now you're like, but do I actually just want like a tiny home in the woods? Wherever you're at in that, your vision's going to change because you've changed. Your ideas and your beliefs and your desires. Yeah. I was like, did I repeat something there? No. Your beliefs and your ideas and your desires, they're going to change because you've changed, because you're in a different frequency. Nothing is supposed to be the same. So as you're shifting and you're adjusting and you're healing and you're becoming more consciously aware of your power, the detachment gets easier. And even if you still want the mansion in the suburbs, that doesn't mean that you're not worthy of that, or can't have that, or shouldn't have that. You get to have whatever you want, but you're finding what your truth is. You're sifting and you're moving through the filters that have been placed over your mind, over your consciousness, over your identity, and you're finding what your truth is. Your future is a compilation of currently everybody else's stuff. And I mean that more so to the perspective of someone who's just stepping into an energy healing experience and finding yourself. Your future right now is a creation of everybody else's idea of what it's supposed to be, the societal expectations, if you will. And when you heal, you get confused and lost and disconnected because you're realizing that what you once thought was for you, what you've been reaching for, is no longer for you. And then you're lost and confused. It's like, but wait, what do I do? Well, what do you want? What's calling to you? What are your interests now? Your interests will change. Your standards for the way that people operate and communicate and connect with you are going to change. The respect that you need and you will have from other people equally for yourself is going to change because your values and your beliefs have changed. Your personality has changed. Your behaviors have changed. So naturally, your personality or your personal reality is a divine consequence in a positive or negative manner. I say that really, truly, neutrally, to what now your personality is. Your future is so much grander in consciousness. And if you're feeling lost and confused, it's because you're different. It's because you're new. It's because you're not the same person that you were a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago. You're different. And there's nothing wrong with different. Society says different isn't normal, but let me tell you, different is the most normal thing. It is acceptable. We're breaking free of a system that is designed to manipulate, control, and oppress the individual mind. The individual mind is what creates a societal expansion and individual freedom, sovereignty to the individual being. And in that space that you are ascending and you're opening up consciousness to and you are healing and stepping into feels foreign because our society is not indicative of cultivating a positive experience for the individual sovereignty. But that's where we're headed. That's where we're going. And our future needs these systems that we're seeing to dismantle and to crumble so that we can thrive as an individual in society. And there is structures, and there is competency, and there is community and compassion and empathy, not just for one mind, one container, one box, one direction, but for infinite paths and timelines. That's what we're healing. That's where we're going. So if you're feeling lost and confused today, this message might be very big and very vast and very grandiose from where you are, that it almost seems out of reach. Just promise me here in this moment to hold on, to keep showing up, to keep doing what you're doing on repeat, because it's not for nothing. And the future generations need you in this moment doing exactly what you're doing. You are the divine intervention for the future. I'm going to say that again. You are the divine intervention for the future. Your healing right now is healing generations to come and showing the generations of the past that they have freedom and options. Everything is working in the exact, specific, divine order that it is supposed to be, equally you in this moment, finding this message today. So I'm going to leave this session here. I hope that you listen to this on repeat, especially if you're feeling lost and disconnected from yourself in this space, in this moment today. And I would love if you could share this with someone who you feel could really use that boost of hope in their life right now. There is so much coming your way And I cannot wait for June to unfold and to share all the things with you. So stay tuned. If you haven't already followed along, make sure that you like and review the podcast, like and subscribe to YouTube if you're watching it there. And I love you guys. I will see you all so soon. Mwah.